Hey everybody, it's Gypsy and welcome to On the Edge of Appalachia. Today is Sunday, April 27th, 2025, and I am on my way to the flea market to vend. So what I'm going to talk about today is one of my mystical, spiritual talks. And when I say spiritual, I don't mean religion. To me, there is a difference between spiritual and religious. Therefore, if you are one of my gardening friends who only wants to watch gardening and is not interested in a topic like this, please feel free to move on. Don't feel obligated to watch a video you're not interested in. And for those of you, I'm going to call it trolls, unfortunately, who watch these kind of videos only to harass the person, either to insult them or to evangelize on their own channel. Please don't do that. Do not project your beliefs and your baggage on this channel, particularly on me. I have had a week filled with people trying to evangelize to somebody who's a Christian for 45 years. So I'm really not wanting to put up with that bullshit. I'm not. It is bullshit, okay? I'm sorry, but it is. So anyways, moving on with the mystical. And believe me, I'm not the evil one here, okay? I'm not evil. I'm not pushing my beliefs and my experiences on others. There are some who are interested in these topics and want to hear them. And so I share the stories, the things I have experienced in my life. That does not make one evil. It makes them a spirit currently incarnated in a physical body. And that is all. We are not evil. So please don't go there. Anyways, here we go, everyone who is open to this. I'm assuming the rest of you have left. So anyways, I want to talk about a time this happened. Oh wow. When was this? It was after my son died. I want to say somewhere around 2016, 2017. In the town north of where I live, there is a spiritualist church. It is quite lovely. I go every once in a great while. I am not like good with, I'm not good with belonging to groups and stuff like that. It's very difficult for me. So I just go once in a while just to meet up with people like me, just once in a while. So anyways, this church at that time, back in like 2016, 2017, offered a class on psychic mediumship. Now, since during my life I have had so many experiences, and I don't call on spirits. I don't typically ask for them to come to me, anything like that. It's always just they show up. So it's not like I was trying to conjure anybody up. I mean, I believe everybody in the universe should have free will. So I cannot demand for another to show up. And when I was younger, I didn't even know about this kind of stuff. They would just appear to me. I've had so many weird experiences from the time I think I was a baby that, and I'm not doing it on purpose. It just happens. But I figured since that's always happening, I think maybe a psychic mediumship course would be a good idea for me, so I can learn the, I don't want to say not rituals, but the way it should be done, how things should be handled, etc. And it was a very, very, very great course. The reverend who was teaching it, she was great. So she kind of did this exercise where she would like pick two of us out of the class, and we would all take turns, we all did it, to kind of read each other. And I happened to be sitting next to this woman. She had long, dark, curly hair, I remember, about my age. We just, I don't know, somehow ended up sitting next to each other. And, we, chit-chatted a little, the small talk, when you just meet somebody. And so the teacher of the class, she picked the two of us to work together, and she would bring us up to the front of the class, and we would, read each other. And it was very strange. When I read her, and, the teachers, I think, we were like next to each other, if I remember correctly. But as I am tuning in, I felt someone put their hand on my back, but there was no one physical behind me. And then I recognized the energy. It was my maternal grandmother. And, the teacher said, "So what are you getting?" And I looked at her very confused. And I said, "It doesn't make sense, but I'm hearing she's my sister." I said, "I have two sisters, but she's not one of them." And the Reverend goes, "You heard right." She says, "I heard exactly what you heard." She goes, "Now I'm going to explain it to you." She says, "In your previous life, in a past life, the two of you were sisters." And it was, it was like, wow, we couldn't believe it because we just sat down next to each other, started talking. We didn't even know each other, not in this life. And it was fascinating. Now, here's the weird thing. That was the first and last time we ever met each other. So, it is like with reincarnation, you do reincarnate with members of your soul family, but not all the time. And at that time, I didn't realize that sometimes when you incarnate at the same time as someone else in your soul family, you may never really know them. You may meet accidentally once or twice, or you may not meet at all and you're on the same planet. I found that fascinating. But yeah, I have never seen her before. I guess on a spiritual level, maybe we were close in our last life, and we decided that we just wanted to bump into each other, just to say hi. I don't know. My spiritual memory is not good enough to remember how and why we did that, but we did. It was very interesting, but I haven't seen her since. I think about her often, and it's like, it's very strange. And I have been to that church, every once in a while since then. She's not there. I don't know where she went, what happened to her. I think I remember her telling me she was in the process of moving. I'm not sure. Anyways, it was very interesting. But that is how things truly work. Okay, this here, what you see, is not all there is. And I almost said I understand there are those who do not believe that we should be able to see, hear, or interact. I don't understand that. But that is, what I mean is, I know that there are many who feel that way. So, everything's based on your experiences in your life. And there are a lot of people, especially at this period of time, who have had these, what others would consider strange, spiritual experiences all their lives. We're here now more than usual. I mean, it's happened all through history, which is how some of us got hung and burned in the past. But not always. That's the reason, though. Very interesting. And you know, it's like, with that being said, somebody you were close to in one life, you could incarnate at the same time, like I said. You know, the love of my life. We have incarnated before, I believe, in different roles. And I think this is only the second time that we have incarnated together as romantic partners. So it varies from life to life. But your soul family's there. Whether they're in spirit or incarnated at the same time, the situation as to whether you know each other during that lifetime is based on the plan you came up with for this life, what you wanted to accomplish and do. So anyways, look at that gorgeous willow. I love willow trees. Yeah, I just wanted to share that. I give a million of them. It's just, you know, it's been going on for 60 years. Like, when I was younger, I never told anybody I knew better than to say a word. And it was also had a very casual attitude toward it, kind of. You know, but it's like I can't remember them all the time because they're so common to me that it's almost like it's no big deal, and why should I talk about it? But I was just thinking about this member of my soul family last evening. I hadn't thought about her in a while. I thought, well, maybe I'll talk about that tomorrow morning. Anyways, I'm going to leave you with that. Blessed be, and make it a joy.